Hi everybody. The Warriors just squeaked out a win against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and Andrew Wiggins had a lot to do with that. So we're going to just focus in on some of his play. I think it was a good sign when he came out of halftime looking to be more aggressive. I feel like whenever he gets a big dunk, which is less often than you think, he really gets himself going. And he just gets plus 200 mana. You know, he just goes up another level. And so here's corner pick and roll. Looney's come around to set a screen so Wiggins can come this way. I don't know what the defender thinks he's doing. The defender, instead of meeting Wiggins, he actually steps back. And so now Giddey is trailing Wiggins, and Wiggins now has a runway to the basket. Oof. So let's skip ahead to the fourth quarter. When Wiggins comes back into the game, the Warriors, they're clinging to this single-digit lead, and the Thunder had been blitzing Steph Curry with 2-3 men, and the Warriors were not handling it very well, and so they definitely needed some other kind of shot creator to come through. The Warriors try to run their basic post split here, where you know the story, there's an entry here, and then Wiggins will set a screen for Poole, and then possibly dive to the basket. And Oklahoma City scouted this well. They're trying very hard to prevent that initial pass. So Wiggins is trying to get it to Iguodala, and look at SGA, he's just sticking his leg out. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had a pretty good game today. He was creating a lot of offense, and he's a willing defender. And here he's doing all the calisthenics he can to stop the pass from going to Andre. So finally, Andre has to come all the way out. He's standing way on the wing here. He's really supposed to be over here, where he can have a good angle to pass to these cross screeners. So good defense by Oklahoma City. Wiggins, there's the split. Looks like he was setting a screen, but he immediately ghosts it and tries to cut. Picked up well by SGA. Andre tries to create something, but he's stopped. And so now it's bailout time. There's 6 on the shot clock. Our guy Juanito here could just hoist up a 3. No one would fully blame him. But the Warriors have Wiggins on SGA. And Wiggins is practically the only real post threat that the Warriors have. Maybe you could say Bielitsa. The Juan gets the ball to him. And now 5 seconds to make something happen. Power dribbles, backs in, turns. Sweet little push hook shot. The Thunder don't like Wiggins posting up. In fact, they have this man digging in. He's guarding Draymond, I think, in theory. And so he feels perfectly fine leaving Draymond a quarter of the court away. Wiggins with the pass out of the double team to Poole. Draymond is still completely open. But because this defender crept out a little bit closer to Draymond, Poole felt fine just reposting Wiggins. So now, shake and bake, turn to the left, turn to the right, fade away. That's a shooter's roll. A lot of the story of the second half, Oklahoma City is just a one-man show at this point. SGA is the only one who can really get reliable offense, and if the Warriors blitz him, then OKC can't punish. So here, there's a whole cat and mouse game. So right now, SGA is covered by Otto Porter Jr. He feels like this is good. I'm going to ISO this guy. But then the question becomes, what are the Warriors going to do about it? If they double, where's the double coming from? If this guy doubles, you leave an open corner. If this guy doubles, you leave an open corner. If this guy doubles, you leave an open dunker. So pretty much Giddey is going to be the choice of the person to leave open, and JTA is going to come over and help out on SGA. You can see him lurking. I don't know if you can hear the shark music. He's trying to find the right moment to spring the trap, because if he just runs up to him right now, then it's very easy for SGA to find the open man. So now he springs it on him fast, tries to go really fast. Now he's got 2 on the ball. Giddey is totally open, but SGA does not find it. He drives the other way, and now I believe the entire Warriors team is collapsing on him. So we've got Juan Toscano-Anderson and Otto Porter Jr. all collapsing. Wiggins is digging in. Draymond is rotating off the weak low man position. A lot of people are collapsing at SGA. The entire Oklahoma City team is open, basically. Open, 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 open. And SGA gets in really deep and gets in the air. I guess he's not used to the trapping defense, so this is something that people like Steph Curry and Damian Lillard and others are used to by now. I'm not saying that they always handle it well, but they're well used to it. But here, the entire Oklahoma City team, besides SGA, is open. So he gets in the air, which is not great, and then he tries to kick it out. I like Jordan Poole here. He's anticipating that he's got to run out to this man on the top. He's in this very ultra dynamic, almost yoga-like position. There, he recognized it. OKC does their best to rotate to another open man. So Jordan Poole's come out. Juan Toscano-Anderson is rotating out as well. So everyone now on the Warriors, they've formed their gigantic phalanx, and now they got to get out of it and try to cover people. Swing to Giddey. I like this move of Juan was anticipating the pass to the corner, and he jumps out to try to stop it, but that gives Giddey an opening to drive past Juan. Unfortunately for Giddey, that's where this forest of Warriors is still hanging out. Now he's going in. No one ever recovered to this fellow. Williams absolutely can hit a three-pointer. There he is. But good, fast rotation again. So Wiggins, when the pass was in the air, came and closed out. And now the Warriors have almost recovered. But we still have a problem with Jordan Poole guarding two men up top. But Poole is making the best of it. So he rotates this person. Wiggins stabbed in and is recovering to this person. This fellow's still open. Otto Porter needs to be rotating out. And he is. You see the motion. He was ready to go there. Wiggins possibly, he took a step in the direction of this open man. He didn't trust that Jordan Poole would get there, and so that left his man open. So his man picked it up, but Wiggins is close enough to contest the catch and shoot. He's going to make this man finish at the rim. And Draymond says no. SGA picks up Wiggins voluntarily. Maybe that's his assigned man, but the Warriors are very happy with this matchup, and they're just going to be happy for Wiggins to post up SGA. So they let Wiggins start to post up, but he's got two men on him. Things are looking a little bit dicey. If you're wondering where the open man is, if there are two men on Wiggins, Juan Toscano-Anderson is the crossroads sign pointing at Otto Porter Jr., and Otto Porter is making himself visible. Pass comes out. Pass is not quite in the pocket, but OPJ gets the open three, which he just misses. But good find by Wiggins. It's down to a 4-point game now. We have some simple handoffs. There's some confusion between the OKC defenders. These two people can't quite decide who's supposed to cover the Warriors shooter in the corner here, and they are having a conversation about it. This guy pointing and trying to organize. This guy's pointing, saying, no, you got to take that guy. And I don't know, he's philosophizing. And Draymond thinks, okay, you all work that out. I'm going to come over here and set a quick screen while you're all talking about it. So Draymond leaves him. This guy did not read the scouting report. He steps back on Draymond, and now he's really far away, which is not a big deal if you think Draymond's going to shoot, but it's a very big deal if you think Draymond's about to set a screen on Andrew Wiggins' man. And he does, and now Wiggins coming downhill. This man had to close out because Wiggins can't hit a three. Wiggins snaking around. OKC defense collapsing now. This man had to rotate from the corner to try to stop this Wiggins drive because he's definitely getting by this man. And that leaves an open man. Wiggins with a clean find in the pocket. Juan Toscano-Anderson, you know, one of my favorite players. I still don't trust this three-point jump shot, but money. That was huge. This play just worked the play before where Draymond stepped up really fast to set the screen, and this man was trailing, which put him off balance. So here the Thunder try to improvise something different. This man tries to go under the screen. I don't know how smart that is. This man steps up. So now there's a soft double where basically these two men are guarding Wiggins. Draymond takes this opportunity to come over here and set the screen for Steph. Draymond hits this guy at the screen. This man looks like he's in mortal pain from this screen. He's really crumpling. Steph is open. And actually, it was a moving screen from Draymond. This is a pretty borderline moving screen. In the rulebook, you are supposed to give the defender one step of space, and I think Draymond does get a little bit handsy with the defender, but there is also a bit of a head jerk flop by the defender. See? So he gets the call, and Draymond, when he hears the whistle, you can hear he's just like, oh, give me a break. And look at his whole body language. He knows that was a tragedy because he just got Steph an open three. SGA decides to just ISO Wiggins. The Thunder try to go 4 flat. Corners, Giddey is cutting through. This man is cutting through. In theory, taking the defenders with them, but Draymond does not feel like following number 33. He just sticks around. He's like, I don't have to follow you. You're not the boss of me. So SGA does get half step on Wiggins. Wiggins does stay with him, but he's on the side. So if Draymond weren't here, then SGA probably could get a layup. But Draymond went nowhere. He just let his man cut through to the corner, and Draymond's just there to stop the drive. And SGA tries to force it. Just barely by a millimeter, it doesn't go down. And number 33 sneaks in for the rebound. There's all sorts of negotiation on this play. See, Draymond is pointing at Damion Lee, and he's saying, Josh Giddey is the weakest defender on the floor. Let's get him to guard Andrew Wiggins. And so there's all kinds of hand signals here. Draymond is really finger wagging here, and Damion Lee, I think, is not totally clear about what's supposed to happen. Damion Lee realizes that Giddey is guarding him, so he has to go screen to get a switch, so Giddey is guarding someone. But Damion Lee first thinks that, oh, I gotta get Giddey guarding Steph, and this would do it. So this down screen would possibly force Giddey to switch to Steph, because this man's gonna run into the screen. But then Draymond saying, no, you fool, look, and he's saying no, and I don't know what he's yelling, but now he's pointing at Wiggins, saying, go set a screen for him, man. So Damion Lee says, all right, I get it. So he comes over. That's a screen. Giddey has to switch. This man's going to run into the screen. The man's totally not aware that the screen is coming. All right, there's a switch. So now it's just ISO time. So Andrew Wiggins is going to drive on Giddey, and then if anyone comes to help, Andrew Wiggins is going to find that person, right? Wiggins has no problem getting past Giddey, which means that in NBA standard defense now, the low man has to rotate to stop this kind of drive. Then the next man, if SGA doesn't come over to guard Draymond, then Draymond's just going to get a little pocket pass, and then dunk. So SGA has to come over and sink in to make sure Draymond's covered. And so now here's the question for the viewer. Can you find the open man? Well, I mean, technically Damion Lee is pretty open because this man is sagged off pretty far. But this man rotated off of Draymond. This man rotated to Draymond. Andre Iguodala is completely open in the corner. And Andrew Wiggins in midair with a nice find. And Andre, you never know when he's going to hit these. But it was beautiful. Damion Lee sets a screen for Steph. Steph throws the ball ahead and gets the ball back. He's just going to run over and get the dribble handoff. The OKC immune response is exploding, trying to track Steph. This man is fought through the screen. Draymond's defender is now stepping up to guard against Steph. Steph now runs hard into this corner to try to pull the defense. He likes to pull the double team to where they can't easily help other players. The double team's going to follow him. This man's even going to get into the act. He's going to take a step away from Wiggins. That leaves Draymond completely open. Draymond, there's the double. Draymond cuts through the seam. So Steph can, in theory, hit him with the pass. That means Josh Giddey is rotating, try to make sure Draymond doesn't have an open lane to the basket. Giddey is sunk in all the way over here. So Steph makes this really good read where he says, I'm not going to throw it to Draymond. I'm going to just skip pass it all the way to Damion. Where's his defender? It was Josh Giddey who sunk in, and so open three. Damion Lee had a fantastic game. Andrew Wiggins, I would say, gets first Warrior Wonder, but Damion Lee would get second Warrior Wonder this game. And that's going to basically lock up the game. At Dub Nation HQ, people are a little confused about how Wiggins did not score exactly 17 points because that's his destiny. But he went a little bit over today because the Warriors needed every little bit to get ahead of a hustling, hot shooting Oklahoma City team.